Okay.
Invite him to the party, dumbass.
Alright.
I'll pull him into a party chat and I'll talk to him.
No, I'm gonna invite him to the party since you're so right, dude.
Go ahead.
I hope he joins soon. If he's not
And I'll be joined too.
That's how you know you're a fucking fraud, because you're a grown-ass man mimicking me, dude.
Yeah, your problem is you go after me because I'm the easier target.
Alright, there you go. There you
go after Emily, then
shut up. Just listen, dude. Listen. Miracles.
Did you get your money from the Lantastic online tournament?
No. Thank you.
You haven't got money yet.
Like that. I'm just gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna look up his records and find out for sure if he got paid or not.
Did you say that like fucking every time I talk to you? Like it's like the 23rd time you said that.
Dude, you're a fraud, man. No one can take you serious, dude. No one. You say you're gonna do this, you say you're gonna do that, do this, do that.
Yeah, you're
always bullshitting, dude.
You're a fool.
Spider, we live in the same city, dude. And I still haven't got my check. And neither has my team, so. Is he there?
Yeah.
Lighter.
I'm here. I just muted Rizma because I can't deal with people that defend thieves.
Hold on, you're calling me a thief?
No, I'm calling Emily a thief. He's actually sitting there defending Emily.
Hold on, why'd you mute Rizma?
Because he knows I'm right, dude. Because he's such a fraud, yo.
Yo,
I can't deal with people that defend thieves.
Where's my check at, though?
That's a good question.
But I mean, I'm saying
I'm gonna pull your paperwork in a bit here and find out.
Say that one more time.
Why don't you just be honest? Just be honest. Like you're not sending me my money. I don't understand why you try to pull out the database and shit. Like you have it.
Yeah, because it's not true.
I'm telling you, this nigga is the biggest fraud, yo.
You're trying to talk about like a database, like dude, like.
Yeah, I have a database.
Why did you look at their either? So I mean, what do you? I live in the same city as you, dude. I should have got mine first. Like mine should have been the quickest.
You live in the same city as me.
Yeah, we both live. Don't you live in Vegas?
No, I don't live in Vegas. I live in Riverside, California.
Oh, well,
Thank you for that.
Well, at one point, somebody said, no, at one point you were staying in Vegas. And I asked you.
No, at one point, I was visiting my brother, which I do about twice a year. He lives in Vegas. I do not live in Vegas.
Hey, okay, well, I'll be right back. So, Rizzo, why did you back to that point?
I just wanted to prove a point that this dude's a fraud, dude. You go into a little bit more depth on this? Yo, Stunplex, tell him to unmute me.
I'm gonna pull his paperwork right
Slider. Stop pulling paperwork and unmute Rizma.
now. No.
Slider. Unmute Rizma.
What did I do?
He knows I'm right, dude. That's the only thing he can do to me.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, but what
the paperwork.
What did your database say, dude?
Unmute Rizma. Well, I tried Rizma. He's pulling up paperwork right now. He's a little busy.
Oh, man. He's such a fraud, man. Like, oh, man.
Shit.
I'm gonna check my database, and right here it says you got paid, but you never got your money, so I'm just gonna sit here and lie to you.
Actually, he's not talking. I really think he's going in depth on this one.
Yeah, I'm actually.
I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom of my fake paperwork and look and act like pulling data and act like I got paperwork.
Because he wouldn't be the first person to say that he didn't get money when he actually did.
You're not the first person there, bud.
Dude,
He's pulled
like
paperwork multiple times.
Dude, you live in California. How come I just don't get, like, I should be getting my check quicker than they live in, like, New York and fucking Maryland. But they haven't got it either, and that was, what, like 3 months ago? Like 4 months ago.
Are you becoming the Vigo? Is that what you want to start or something?
He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
The new ego complimented me.
No, I did not. You look like the new ego.
Do you realize Ego's site? Do you realize Ego's site is listing the frag cup?
Ego
No,
pays,
before.
He doesn't pay people that. Yeah, he pays. Yeah, exactly.
Point? Big.
Where's your database at?
When I find your paperwork, I'll tell you.
How are you gonna find my paperwork when you never even asked me what my gamer tag was?
I filled out your form the day that you won the fucking.
Are you lying?
Don't tell me that.
Yeah, but you never asked me like what my address was or anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like right now. So how do you know like me?
I'm pulling your paperwork.
Yeah, but you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm saying you never asked me like you're looking at your database, okay? But right now, you're
not
asked me.
Okay, well that's because I don't need your gamer tag because the top of the forms indicate the tournament.
Alright.
I don't need your gamer tag to look up your shit. All I gotta do
You don't
is
need my address. You don't need anything.
I said I don't need your address or your gamer tag to look up your paperwork.
Okay, well, let's do that.
If you have a legitimate question, then ask it. If you're gonna sit there and ask dumb questions, refrain.
How's that a dumb question? I just asked like, don't you need my information to find me in the database? How's that a dumb question?
Well, because I answered your question 3 times and you keep asking the same question over and over again, that indicates a dumb fucking question.
Smart.
If he tries, he's still in attacks right now, so he tries to get in defense. Like, I asked a question.
Whatever. This whole argument was started because Riz was defending Emily's theft of funds, but okay.
Alright, well, okay, let me just shut up. Just tell me when you found me in the database.
What place did your team do? Second or third, or first or second?
Yeah, first.
Back to the party. We have to invite me back here.
Alright. Are you seeing me?
The database is going under maintenance right now. Be able to come 4 months.
That's a long ass database.
Online
It was on. did online, but it's not a lot of money, so I'm not tripping, but it's just the fact that I never got it.
January. I know these checks are processed, so it's really a surprise to me when someone says, "Oh, I haven't been paid."
I don't think it was January.
Yeah, it was January, like it was a weekend after Chicago, I think. Looking for paperwork. Well, yeah, there's
More people waiting for their money too.
Huh?
That's what you were gonna say. But there was more people waiting for their money too.
No, I have a stack of paperwork here. It's probably about 6,700 pieces of information here. I gotta dig through all of that to find his actual paperwork.
But how many people
what?
you owe?
Why are
you paid
what?
all those people?
What?
Huh?
How could I possibly owe 6,700 people? Are you stupid?
No, it's a question.
Dumb question.
No, a question.
Hey, what type of people do you pay? Like, do you just pay like people like pros or something? Like, because I mean, I know a lot of people that haven't got their money from you.
And who? Name some names.
Ricky.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to Emily. Talk to Emily.
About what did I say?
Can you get her
Talk
on
to
the
Emily.
party?
Talk to Emily.
Ask her what.
Can you get her on the
what-
Ask her why. Ask her why she took $2,000 from my December 3rd event.
I'll talk to her if you can just get her in the party. I promise.
I don't have the bitch on my list.
Hey, don't. No,
I try not to associate. I don't associate myself with thieves.
Oh, she stole it from you?
Yes, she did.
How did she steal it from you?
Video evidence?
She ran the December 3rd Chicago event, and she made off with all of the event proceeds instead of paying the pledge.
So she made double the profit,
Double the profit.
taking all the money. Well, didn't she sue you?
Because Lantastic's business plan is that I have my staff run in each conference. I have a series of staff. Obviously, I can't be at every event at the same time. So I have a series of staff in each conference, and they're charged with running the event. She came in with Nate Shot, set up the event, promoted the event, and said, "Hey, I'll promote the event because I believe in it." So I said, "Hey, no problem, cool. This is a great thing." Someone like Nate Shot comes, says something like that, you're like, "Cool, okay." Well, it is what it is. Instead of paying the players, she left the venue with all the money in her purse.
I feel like you're skipping a few chapters in your book when you said, well, it is what it is. Please, go into detail about this.
Because she offered to run the event, and I know who my staff are.
Who are you?
There's no assumption. Because of her position and who she was as staff. Okay. There's 3 levels of staff in my company. There's a conference commissioner, there's an arbitrator, and there's a ref. The conference commissioner is the person who's in charge of handling the actual funds from the event. They make sure that the venues are paid, their fees. They make sure that the staff are paid, and then they make sure the players are paid. Okay, they ensure that all of that is taken care of. They make sure that the money, whatever proceeds are left over from that, are sent to my office along with the paperwork from the event. Follow so far.
You didn't do this? Yeah,
She didn't do any of it. She took the money, she took the paperwork, she took everything from the event. And she's hiding behind her name and Nate Shot's name.
Or are you
Not
going to
that-
work?
Yes, I'm already in the process of it. I filed a civil suit called a civil theft case.
Okay.
Because I didn't know Emily just from online. I had known Emily for a year and a half before I even came to this. And when someone like Nadeshot comes and says, "Hey, you know, I'm going to promote your event, and, you know, we're going to do our thing, and we're gonna see this to success," you kind of listen. That's like Hex coming to you and saying, "Hey, you know, I believe in Lifetastic. I'm going to help you do it." Okay, if you're going to hold a conversation, please try not to say stupid shit.
It's not stupid. I don't trust Mexican people. Why trust the wiener? Anyways, continue.
I can't take you seriously if you're going to talk like that.
Were you want me to lie?
Someone's race has nothing to do with it. What are you, like, fucking 12?
Actually, I'm 30. 15 would be the exact age.
Fighter.
Okay, grow up.
Malcolm, did he pay you your money?
Mm-mm.
According to the database?
Yeah, are you still looking in your database?
I'm looking for his paperwork for the 100th time. Please learn to listen.
But the money was never received. It looks like the mailman that's in your neighborhood stole it.
Jesus Christ.
That looks like the mailman in your fucking neighborhood has stolen it.
He found Twitter some shit like that, dude.
It's gonna, you guys are gonna look hella stupid when I publish the fucking court papers after I get a judgment on this person. Because you're sitting in, because you're sitting here attacking me and calling me the fraud. Ask me dumb questions.
My question is, dude, I just want to see what's going on so I can go to bed, so let's just hurry up and find in the database.
Go to bed.
No, I wanna see what's gonna.
Then I'll message you. I'll message you when I find your information.
No, I mean you can't do it right now while I'm in the room.
Well, I'm looking for your paperwork, so you can either be patient or go to bed.
I'm being patient, but I mean like taking an awful while.
Well, there's 6,700 pieces of paperwork here that I gotta go through to find your shit.
I'm saying, but wouldn't it be a lot easier?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I heard you many times. You don't have to repeat yourself.
Sounds like you get frustrated pretty easily.
Well, you get frustrated too when a million people talk shit to you when you've been wrong.
When you've been wrong?
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why 100 people talk shit.
1 million.
Or, well, I think there's a reason why 1 million people talk shit.
I don't think so, but okay.
Do you think people just make it up?
Yep, absolutely. What's to stop them from making it up? Nothing.
I mean, if they got their money, they would probably promote you. They'd probably put your name out there like you have a good website.
You know what? I couldn't agree more. So why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you call Emily and tell her to return the money she took, so I can have that.
But I see Emily and Nate shot all beat them up for you. Seen Nate shot the other day.
Bottom line is I'm an easier target to go after than Nadeshot is, so that's why people do what they do.
I don't know. I thought Nate shot the other day, he didn't say he was pretty cool. everything I hear about you now. And people on Twitter talking about they're gonna sue you.
Let them sue me, because I have more than enough evidence to go to court with. Believe me. And you can't sue me when I did not run the event. So sure, you can sue my company, but no, I'm absolutely not. I own the company. Well, that's fine, but I can go to court with the information and the evidence that I have, and I can prove negligence, and therefore, yeah. Yes, he did not go to Columbus, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, but there must have been a good reason why. He goes to all his events.
Do you know how many events I run nationwide?
No, I don't.
Not that many, because you're not a loyal person that pays.
32.
A year?
And why does nobody talk about these events?
Because 95% of my business is local gamers. They're not Twitter kids.
And there's pros all over the world that play this game, and why are none of them talking about it? If you run so many events, how come I know everybody in almost the Call of Duty community? None of them talk about it.
Did you not listen to what I just told you?
What did you just tell?
90. Okay. You ready? Stop talking. Are you ready?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm ready.
95% of my business is local gamers. So when I hold an event, 95% of the people that show up are local gamers. Okay?
Okay, I understand that.
20, I held a launch party. I held a launch party in California in Menifee. Okay? 3,300 people showed up. 3,300. 20 out of those 3,300 have Twitter. Less than 20 of those people are actually active on Twitter. That's why you haven't heard anything about it.
Wait.
Does that understand?
20 of them have Twitters?
What do you mean a small target market?
Great question.
Lantastic's business plan does not make you travel. Lantastic's business plan brings the tournaments to you locally. That's why.
I'm saying, but he's asking why are you targeting local players? Why don't you target the competitive?
Because the competitive is a smaller community than the local players. And the local players, once the local players are exposed, not delusional,
if you put a big enough prize,
but the local players, the kids that sit there and play 6v6 pubs don't go to events.
No, we did a 4v4 in Menifee, and 3,300 people showed. So
well, that's one event out of 32.
What does that have to do with anything?
Question.
Okay, MLG holds regional events. Okay, 4 to 6 regional events per year. Okay, I hold 4 to 6 events in a particular conference. So four conferences, 6 events. That's 24 events minimum in a calendar year. Now, if I have more than one venue in a particular conference, that's 6 more events. In the Atlantic Conference, no, I'm not. In the Atlantic Conference alone, I have 2 venues. I have one in Toronto and I have one in Virginia. I'm about to have Florida here in a couple of weeks. Each venue is contracted to have 6 events in a calendar year. Do you understand? depends. It depends on the area. If it's California, I'm going to get a huge turnout. I'm going to have a decent turnout. If it's like let's say in this case Virginia, it's a smaller turnout than California because it's a smaller market. Florida, because it's worth it to build because the gamers are there. They just don't know we exist. You have to do the marketing. You have to do the advertising and stuff so that people know. GameStop mainly go in and GameStop will market us. I have a contract with GameStop nationwide.
Why do you have a contract with GameStop? Never mind. I don't. Keep looking at the
The launch party that I did in California was for GameStop. And because of what I did for GameStop, they entered into a contract with me. They said they will market my events wherever I hold them in a particular area nationwide. So I can go in, because of the contract I have, I can go into any GameStop in the country and drop my flyers off, and I don't need permission from the regional manager to do so. Whereas if you try to go in and do that, you would need to get corporate permission.
Oh, okay.
Local gamers are by far the biggest market because they're the kids that are in that particular area and they would go to an event if they knew it existed. And once those kids play a competitive event, most of them will become competitive gamers. Then explain why I had 17 teams show up in Vancouver, Washington, and not a single one of them were game battles or MLG players. They were all local gamers.
That shouldn't be an accomplishment.
Is he still pulling up paperwork?
What? 17 not an accomplishment.
Now we're going.
Not with
MLG
I've ever heard of game battles. That's not the kind of crowd I'd be to present my product to.
Barely 35.
Because I think
When how many teams were there? Alright, where's my... I got it.
What?
How many?
Was that didn't even have. Come on. Nationals, yes.
So, wouldn't...
Bracket.
Oh, okay.
People still go to the event, whether there's a chance to win or not. Okay. Because yeah, it does more so than you realize. Okay. This is what I want to do. Okay. 4 conferences, 6 events per conference. You get seeding points for placing top 10 in each tournament. At the end of the year, the top 10 players' teams are invited to an end-of-year national championship where they will fight it out against the best from each conference. For the players that do not make it, there are 4 wild card spots available at Nationals, where the equivalent of our open bracket will fight it out for one of the 4 spots. You understand? It's basically league play. It's league play. No, that is nothing like what MLG is doing.
What's the prize? What's the prize?
What's the prize?
Yeah.
Starting in May, each event's a guaranteed $3,000.
For first place, you get 3,000.
No, 3,000 total payout. So I believe it's 1,200, 950, 850 is the spread. No, we divided up by 3. Well, yeah, divided up by 4, yes. But as far as placing is concerned, it's divided by top 3.
So,
yes, same day payout, walking out the door. And because Lantastic is local events, there's no
beating up everybody.
There's usually no traveling expenses that are involved. Normally you would have to get a hotel, you have to get flights with MLG, you have to get all that shit. By making things local, you eliminate that and make it possible for local gamers to enjoy competitive gaming. You never know, dude. There could be the next Scumpy hiding in your town somewhere, but the kid will never be known because he either can't fly, his parents won't let him go to an event, or he just simply can't afford it. You never know.
And but you could be much bigger if you did go competitive.
Well,
as of right now, what is MLG doing? Call of Duty's not on the circuit, so this is where you could step in.
I'm looking to step in, but the problem with that is I'm $2,000 in debt because of Emily, and it's hurt my company's reputation. Do you understand that?
how hard has your reputation been? Oh, no.
If that incident didn't happen in December, I would be in a much better position than I am now. All of my company's financial issues are stemming from that incident. $2,000.
Isn't that
okay?
How much a tournament put out for you?
All right. I'm gonna try. Most people know me and my situation. So since you don't,
I don't. But go ahead.
Yeah, but if that money was supposed to be paid out to the other people, then it would affect you now. You weren't going to have it anyway.
What are you talking about? I absolutely would have.
The money she stole was supposed to be paid out from the tournament. It's supposed to be the payout. Now, if she actually paid it out, that shouldn't hurt your business financially.
But she didn't. She took it and used it for herself.
Exactly. Well, either way, you were going to have it in the end.
I absolutely was going to have it.
No, the people that played in your tournament should have had it.
Well, yes.
So then you're $2,000 out.
How can it go from no to yes?
No.
Explain yourself.
No. Oh, my Lord. Do you not understand basic math? Okay. People come to an event. People come to an event and they pay to play, right? Okay. The total amount of proceeds from that event.
Continue.
Okay. You return 60% of the total tournament proceeds back to the players in prize pool. That has been. Listen, stop talking.
I just did some basic math. Not my problem.
60% of the prize pool is returned to players. Now, for that particular event, I had sponsorship support. Okay. Now, the contract agreement that I have with the company was this: whatever tournament revenue that I did not cut, that couldn't be covered for the prizes. Let's say I guaranteed $4,500, and I only made $2,000. Okay. So that would mean the difference in prize pool is $2,500, right? Well, the agreement that I had with the company was to show this business the paperwork from the event so they can have it on file and justify being able to cover the difference for the tournament. Do you follow me so far?
Continue.
Alright. So by taking the tournament proceeds and the paperwork, she effectively placed my company in that amount of debt. If the money was paid out to the players the way it was supposed to be played, the way it was supposed to be paid, and the paperwork was sent to the sponsors the way it was originally supposed to be done, the players would have been paid within a 60-day period. And there would be no problems. I would have made probably $300 from that event profit.
Ooh.
Okay? Not a lot, but it's not a lot, no. But if I was using that tournament as a springboard to build the reputation for my company, I wasn't looking to make money. So when she took the money, she took from the players, not just me.
Is there any
But
So now my company is $2,000 in debt because
So
of
why
that
wouldn't you still pay the
situation.
players? Because it's not their fault she stole your money.
and have the money to pay them?
Exactly.
Credit. Companies are built off of credit.
My company at that particular point, okay, is since my wife passed and everything, it's been pretty tough financially on my family. So it's been a cash business. Okay, so handle cash and we pay out with cash. Not that difficult to understand. So when you take from it, it removes my capability for paying people. Do you understand why it's so serious?
No, I actually like that.
Internet problem. Well, when it started, I was in debt $2,700. Now it's probably around $2,300 and some change. That's it. May not seem a lot to you, but if well, I don't. So there you go. No, I'm a cash business. Each event that I run is a cash business. And in this industry, dude, when it's so highly competitive, it's not that easy.
It is true though. If you're like a company like that, you should be a lot more in debt than just 2,300. If everything, I don't know, man. Doesn't make any sense. Just her stealing $2,000.
What doesn't make sense? What do you mean? What doesn't make sense exactly?
I mean, you're a big company, so I mean, you should be
I'm not a big
lot.
company. I'm not a big company. I may look big, but I'm not.
Alright.
It's a cash business.
Your entire company.
Okay.
Why didn't you trust her with your? Why didn't you trust your staff?
If Hex she was staff. Okay. If Hex comes to you from Optic and says, Wonka, I like this tournament that you're running. Hold on.
He's getting hit offline.
Okay, let's use Nate Shot as an example. Nate Shot by most standards is very well known and very well respected. Okay? So Nate Shot comes and says, hey, I'm going to help you run your tournament. We're going to advertise it for you. We're going to let it be known that there's an event in Chicago. And we're going to help you. What do you say to that?
Was there any paperwork signed? You just gave her $2,000 without anything signed, anything?
Yes,
you just gave
it
it to her?
there was
paperwork in the dead.
That's what I'm
still
saying.
I'm still looking for your paperwork, but while I'm doing that, we're discussing the issue because a lot of you are not aware of the situation between me and her.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, this is a big problem for you, and you don't have everything in order. If she just took $2,000 from me, I'd have everything laid out.
This is what I have, and I absolutely do have everything laid out. Okay. Yes, I do have paperwork. Yes, I do have signed affidavits from the venue staff and some of the players, which can place her at the event, running the events, planning the events, and promoting the events, and handling the money at the event.
Are you suing her just for the money that you lost, or for more?
I'm suing her for more. I'm suing her for the maximum at this point, which is $5,000.
Are you fucking kidding? You're gonna make her so broke.
I'm not kidding. 5,000. No, my company is gonna bounce back with when I get my wife's life insurance, but that's neither here nor there.
All right, so where am I?
No, repeat what you just said.
What do I need to repeat?
Your company's gonna do what?
You're gonna get life insurance.
I said my company is gonna bounce back when I get my wife's life insurance money. Because there's stuff that I'm going to do.
Yeah, I was just gonna pass that. Been here for like 38 minutes.
I was looking for your paperwork. It was like 2 months ago.
Dude, I honestly do not think I think it was way longer than that.
Didn't you start looking for his paperwork 32 minutes ago or something like that?
Yeah. I honestly think it was
about 45 minutes ago, dude.
So right now, Emily's balling, ain't she? Yeah. Probably at the spa right now.
I'm glad you guys don't take it seriously.
I'm making a quick challenge.
Dude, if you don't have a lot of money, and you're a single father, wife is no longer in the picture, and you have 3 kids to support, houses to pay for, cars to pay for, dude.
You should probably go
get a
factory.
When you do not have it, it's a lot of money.
Hold on, you have.
Don't stare.
You have.
What?
Yeah. I was just gonna say you have 3 kids and you're depending on a video game business.
No, I have a side thing that I do for a living, but I'm not gonna get into that.
That's not.
Is it another
making you enough money?
Okay, if you run your mouth again, I'm just gonna mute you and you're out of this conversation.
Alright, well, just one more question. Did you find me in the database yet? Oh, you're still looking. Alright, you're still looking. Alright.
Well, I'm gonna send you this.
I didn't hear you what?
Hold on a second. Have a real job and a real career.
Have you ever hosted any of those local tournaments in Las Vegas?
No. Las Vegas is not a town that I would host an event in. You live there, you should know why.
I don't understand why.
Don't understand why? Do you actually live there?
Yeah, I live in Las Vegas, yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything about where you live? What kind of a town it is?
Probably not, and I don't understand why there's not events.
Well, there's plenty of events if you're 21 or over.
For video games to be 21 or older?
most of the venues that you would be able to hold something like that in that particular town, you have to be of a certain age.
Yeah, they were at Hard Rock City. I wasn't 21.
Yeah, but Hard Rock City no longer exists.
You're right. But I mean, I don't know. I think there's still some gears of that going on, but...
Okay. It's not a town you want to hold events for the following reasons. Number one, it's mostly casinos and gaming venues, okay, which you have to be between 18 and 21 to be inside of. Number two, if you're going to go and get a outside venue that is not a gaming-related area, most of them are hella expensive.
Okay.
Accept my friend request, because if I can't find your paperwork, I'm going to get in touch with you tomorrow. Because it's probably in a box. I need to go find it.
Is your database, like, is it like, are you on the computer, or is it like paperwork?
Paperwork. Your particular paperwork from that event is on a piece of, it's on a membership form, a Lantastic membership form that has the name of the tournament written on it.
It wasn't an event, it was an online tournament.
It was an online tournament, yes. I need to find the paperwork, because when we send out, we process payments and whatnot, it usually gets filed away.
I just want to know why, right? I think it was 2 or 3 times I've asked you the same thing, like, why hasn't my check been sent, or what happened to it? I just get the same answer.
On HBX's.
Like, last time I talked to you, you said it was going to be here in a week. What happened with that?
I don't know, you tell me.
I have no idea. But I mean, I know it's not just me when I get on Twitter and you have over 20 people saying the same thing, and then I ask my team and they haven't got it either.
Well, 20 people, all from Chicago? Yeah. And they're not 20 people.
I mean, I can name a lot of people, but I just don't know all of them. I can name about 5 people in my head right now, probably like Nameless Ricky, Solo. That's
so
all
far,
I can name,
all
but I
from
mean,
Chicago.
Probably, but I mean, I know a lot of people that I don't know. I don't know their names that tweeted.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that say I owe them money, but I really don't.
Why was Nate Shot about to sue you, or why did he claim that he's going to sue you? What happened with that?
You know, I would love for Nate Shot to try to sue me. I would love it.
I mean, I think it might have happened before Emily stole the $2,000 from you, but I'm pretty sure you owe me.
No, I haven't owed Nate Shot a dime.
So Nate Shot never played in one of your tournaments?
Nate Shot competed in Chicago on December 3rd, and he was one of the players that was on the teams that won. But am I going to pay the guy whose girlfriend ripped off $2,000 and he came to the event with?
But isn't he a competitor on your tournament?
So hold on, tell me, when did Emily steal the money?
December 3rd.
She stole it the same day Nate Shot won that tournament.
You're lagging out. I can't hear you.
Well, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fighter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay.
That's it.
December 3rd. December 3rd. My event.
So tell me this, hold on. Emily stole the money the same day that Nate Shaw won the tournament.
Yes.
But he's still gonna sue you for him winning the tournament and not getting his money.
He's not gonna sue me.
Yeah, I'm saying that he's not gonna sue you, but I'm saying, but he a long time ago he said he was gonna sue you.
Well, yeah, I can say that I'm going to sue somebody when I'm mad, but when I start thinking, gee, how am I going to get away with suing someone I stole from? Gee,
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
On
If I just stole, if my girlfriend that I live with just stole $2,000 from you, why would I try to sue you for $600 that I won in a tournament? I would care less. I just got $2,000.
Thank you.
So does it make any sense then?
Doesn't make any sense to me either. But you know what? He doesn't want me getting Emily's address either, because the process server's been looking for Emily for almost a month.
Do they live in the same house?
Yes, they do.
I mean, Nate shot off a lot of sponsors. Can you just get in contact with one of them?
The only way I can get that information is if Emily has the sponsors, because the law is pretty screwy. Okay, I have to do something what's called file for discovery. Okay, file for discovery basically means that the courts will get a court order to retrieve sensitive information such as social security numbers and stuff like that to retrieve someone's address. Now, because she is not married to Nate Shot, I can't pull Nate Shot's records. Nate Shot's records are off limits. I have to get Emily's information.
I think there's a lot easier of a way to get somebody's address. Yeah, I can get somebody's address pretty quick if it really tries to.
If you get into a party, because listen, it's going to cost me $300 to file for discovery.
Say it again.
If you get into a party with Emily and you get her actual address and she's actually served the paperwork, I will have my attorney pay you $100.
You fucking full of shit, bitch. You're lying.
That's $100. Like I make that in like a day.
Well, that's how much a process server makes when he serves paperwork.
So I got $100 if I get you Emily's address.
If you give me Emily's address and she's actually served the paperwork, I will.
What do you mean serve the paperwork? What do you mean serve the paperwork?
When you file a suit against somebody, you cannot continue the suit until they're served the paperwork. When the process server says you're being sued and they hand you the paperwork. Does that make sense?
No, not at all.
Okay. It's not that hard to understand. In civil law, if you're suing somebody, they have to be informed that they're being sued.
Oh, okay.
The law says they have to get served the paperwork before the case can move forward. Now, the case begins with a 30-day pay or else letter, basically. Okay, it says this person is willing to settle out of court if you pay this amount. In which case, that collection letter is going to say the amount that she took from the tournament, $2,000. At the point where she decides to contest the debt, or she lets the 30 days expire, it goes to the next level, to civil court, to small claims court, and that's when I'm going to go after her for the full $5,000. In order for her to go forward, she has to be served. In order for her to be served, I have to know where she lives, where she works.
I would go for her. I would go for her sponsors. I'd be like, well, the person that you're sponsoring stole $2,000 from you.
But the sponsors are not obligated to release that information.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
A court order comes their way, which I guarantee you they will not release until they get a court order.
Hey, well, can you unmute Rizma? He said he'll stop yelling.
No, done.
He said no.
He said you're done for the night.
He said you're done. That's funny. I mean, I'm I mean, Slider.
His
Slider,
name is
are
Matt.
you?
His name is Matt Haig. H-A-A-G.
What is it?
This is what I've done. This is what I've said. Okay.
It's Matthew.
This is what I've done. Okay. I found Emily's mother. I found her. I found her brother. I found who her brother was. Her brother was her so-called husband who died in the military in Afghanistan. She was never married. It was actually her brother who was killed. Okay. I know who Nate Shot's father is. I know their last known address. I don't know their current address.
So it's been what, like 3-4 months? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You really do. It's been 4 months, yo, and you still haven't.
You can't retrieve someone's address from their IP.
I know, but I'm saying it's been months. And you still, and has she gotten the papers that? Has she gotten the papers that she knows that you're suing her?
No, she has not gotten them.
So it's been 4 months and she still hasn't received them. Why is it taking so long?
Because we can't find her.
That's what he's trying to explain to you.
We can't find her. She's hiding. Do you understand that?
Is she Osama bin Laden?
She's hiding.
Is she Osama bin Laden? I can't take. If you honestly go to a court with this, that you're really gonna sue somebody, they will find them very quickly. It would never take 4 months.
Okay.
If you're about to sue somebody for $5,000,
do you know what the difference between me and you is right now? When you're saying that?
What? That you're trying to do it and I'm just talking?
No. The difference between you and me is I actually have a law degree. I know how it works.
I understand.
I know exactly.
But I mean, but maybe.
It is not the court's responsibility to find the person that you're suing. It is your responsibility.
You're still playing Xbox?
Yes.
Hold on, it's just common sense to me that if
I know the district attorney for Houston who fucking plays Xbox. So that's what he does.
That's different though. It's cool to play Xbox. We don't care about that. But it's just mind-boggling that you're about to sue somebody for $5,000 and you still haven't got the paperwork. Like, if I was to sue somebody, it'd be to them. It would be them. They would have it within a week. $5,000. That is a lot of money.
Not if you can't find them.
Like,
it is not. You know, where they live, how are you going to serve them the paperwork? Yes, the processor needs to personally serve the individual. If you do not, there's my question. Answer my question. If you do not know where she lives, how can you serve the paperwork to her?
But okay. Why don't you go to the police with this?
Answer my question. If you do not get
then why don't you get a lawyer?
Why
don't you get a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer, and
he hasn't found her.
Emily is living off of Nate Shot. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't own any property. She doesn't own any assets.
Come on, man, dude.
She's an individual person. See,
all right,
the frustration right now that you're having right now, because you don't understand, is about as frustrated as I am because I can't find her.
Okay, I understand that. But listen. There's some you're not telling us here, dog. Some's not adding up. It's not making sense. You're telling us that you're trying to sue somebody for $5,000, and it's been 4 months, and you can't find her. Is she Osama bin Laden?
Hey, Progenic, did you hear the same question I asked him? Did you hear the same question I asked him? Let me repeat it again. You're having trouble understanding. Okay. If you cannot find someone's address, how can you serve them the paperwork? Answer my question.
Don't you know Nate? You have Nate Shot's address. She's living with Nate Shot. Why don't you?
I do not have Nate Shot's address. I have Nate Shot's last known address, and that's not his address.
$1,000. That is a lot of money, dude. Like.
Thank you, but that doesn't tell me where she lives. You need to find out where the person lives. And the question regarding the cops is there's enough evidence for me to take it to civil court, but there's not enough evidence for me to bring a criminal complaint. Otherwise, there would be a criminal complaint.
You know what? I have you on my list, man. I'm gonna call my dad tomorrow. My dad's a cop, so I'm gonna ask him, because I'm pretty sure, man, it should not be this hard to find somebody. Never. 4 months, and they owe you $5,000. I'll find them in a heartbeat. I'd find them so quick.
I will be forever grateful to you if you actually find her. But you know what? There's people.
No. I'm not gonna find her. But I mean,
there's people who are out there working for my attorney who have been doing skip tracing work for the past. I don't know.
What is she like a?
Lord knows how long, and they can't find her. So,
you must not be paying those people enough. You need to pay them a lot more. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that they can't find somebody. And she lives with Nate Shot. Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
Come on, man.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Sure, they'll cut that at me.
It's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's not. Then go find it. Go get her address. Go get her address.
Okay, but
all right. We'll do this and then we'll have the IP and
maybe. Like, what about all her? Like, how do people get in contact with her? How does she pay her bills? How do they do this? There has to be some type of address. Like, I'm just saying, like.
In order to there you
has
go.
To be something.
There's where filing for discovery comes in. Okay, filing for discovery because there's privacy laws. Okay, that where you can't go and get someone's information unless you have a court order.
I got that, but
and
so you're telling me
right there.
Right now she's just off the map.
Yes, she's off the map. Now, if she doesn't, okay, listen, these are the most common ways to track someone, okay? Either A, number one, their social security number is by far the easiest way, or their driver's license number, okay? Everything that you do, if you apply for credit, if you have a job, if you get paid, okay? If you receive benefits from the state, if you have a state loan, if you have a student loan, all of that is attached to your social security number and your driver's license. Okay? Now, in order to get that information, you need a court order. Okay? And filing for discovery will get you that information. But unfortunately, that costs $300, and I'm trying to avoid paying $300. Now, if she lives off the map, and she doesn't have a job, she's not applying for credit, she doesn't have any student loans, she's living completely off of Nate Shot. You understand why there's no records of, unless there's any kind of, unless she's getting bills to that address. First of all, her cell phone, it's not even in her name, it's in her mom's name. You already tried to go down that route. Okay, so she's living completely off the grid. She's living completely off Nate Shot.
Doesn't she have a son?
She has a daughter.
Exactly. There's nothing you can do with that.
No, because that is again something. Why would going after her daughter? I'm
not saying going after her daughter, but I mean, I don't know.
Well,
there has to be something you could get off of that.
Let's say I knew where. Let's say for the sake of argument, let's say I knew where what her daughter's name was and where she went to school, right? Let's say I have that, okay? And I contact the school and say, hey, look, I need this person's address and phone number because I'm suing her mother. Do you think the school would give it to me?
No, I'm not saying contact the school. That would be retarded. I'm just saying
how are we
So
supposed to get the
Dude,
information?
I don't understand you. There's a reason why people have lawyers. Lawyers do this for a living. They should be able to figure this out. There's no way it should be taking this long. Lawyers do this for a living.
Fortunately, it does because the laws are very specific. There's laws that protect you. They protect your privacy. Okay?
Damn, dude, I'm
and
about
unless I go and
steal
get
money
a
and just hide under my mom.
Okay, to
Like,
get that information released, I cannot touch it.
I mean, listen. So tell me this.
What you're saying right now, all the stuff you're saying right now relates to something called filing for discovery.
All right, I got
and
that.
I have not done that yet because I don't want to pay $300 to do it. So
Okay,
I've been
okay. Tell me this. Yeah, tell me this. Okay, say I'm under 18, off my mom. If I stole $5,000 from you, you can't trace me, can you?
No, because your parents would be liable, not you.
So you can sue my parents.
Yes.
Okay, so say I am
absolutely
18.
Can.
So say I'm over 18 and I steal $5,000 from you, and I'm still living under my mom. You can't do shit, can you?
Yes, I can.
How can you?
If I know where you live, then I can find you. If you have a job, I can find you.
Dude, she's a beast, man. I'm sorry. She's a fucking goon. She's a fucking goon, nigga. Don't have no job.
It's easy. Listen, okay. Let's put it in different context. Okay. Let's say this dude he gets a warrant for his arrest. Okay. Let's just say his name's Daniel. Okay. Let's say this dude named Daniel gets a warrant for his arrest. Okay. And he doesn't have a job. He lives completely off the grid. Okay? He doesn't have an updated driver's license or any of that. Okay? And the courts go and do what's called a warrant sweep in a particular area. Okay? They will never be able to find this person. Okay? Until either A, he's picked up. Most people who are caught on warrants are picked up by traffic stops. Cop says, hey, you got a warrant, and they get hooked up, they go to... Why is that? Because people who have warrants live completely off the grid. Okay? 9 times out of 10 they don't have a job because they can't find a job because when you do a background check on them, there's a warrant that comes back.
What about a bounty hunter?
They live. The bounty hunter is someone who, when you go a bail.
So what about a bounty?
If you go play bail on her, and then you don't show up to court, then the bounty hunters come and find you. Okay, and those people experience the same problems in finding someone. Okay, that I'm currently. See, the difference between me and those people is it's harder to find criminals because they really do not want to be fucking found for obvious reasons.
All right, well. There's 2 questions. Did you find them in the database?
I told you. No, I didn't find you. So we're gonna talk tomorrow. Your question. Where's the second one?
Dang, I forgot. I don't know, man. Like it's too complicated to me, dude. Like I just don't get like. If I was gonna sue somebody to the police, I would just go to the fucking police. No, I mean I was gonna sue somebody for $5,000. I'd go to the police. And I'd just be like, alright, this person owes me such and such. I need to find her. And they can't even...
It's not that easy.
damn. It probably might be that, but
$5,000.
You think it is not that?
yeah. Okay. Okay.
There's
Listen.
There's a difference between criminal and civil law. Just because you owe someone money is not a criminal offense.
All right. You're just okay. We understand that, dude. But you're not telling us something. So I mean, end it. There's.
I'm telling you everything, whether you want to believe it or not. That's on you.
Yeah. That's just gonna end it. Whatever. Because I mean.
Probably a good idea.
We really don't know. Until we talk to Emily.
I'll have you on my friends list to call and sort it out. What? Progenic, question. Do you hear the same questions and the same answers that I'm guys? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, unless you don't understand English. I care very much about money that's owed, that's doing damage to my business, but I am trying for you to sit there and tell me, of all people, that I'm not trying hard. You're ignorant.
Hey, so tell me the sense.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Okay, tell me this.
I promise you will not have it in 2 weeks.
Okay, so hold on. In the last 4 months, you haven't had any online tournaments, anything? No events?
I've had events, yes.
So you're more in debt than this 2,000?
No, not at all.
I've
had problems with my event. The only problems I've ever had was December 3rd.
I swear somebody just asked, or somebody asked, somebody asked something about that, like you haven't hosted, like 2,000 is a lot of money, and you were like, I can't do anything because I'm $2,000 in debt, and you're not a big,
and you listen to everything you hear.
I'm just saying, just hold on, dude. You're not a big company, so, and you're not in debt, so $2,000 affects you in a big way, okay? So how are you still holding it and paying people?
Because it's the same to pay out cash business.
He's frauding them.
You understand what a cash business is?
Yeah, okay, so they have to pay for entry and all.
Let me ask you, what's a cash business? Define what a cash business is.
I have no idea. Tell me.
Kind of like what I did today.
No, that is not a cash business. Okay.
Cash business.
All right.
Sum it up. Don't tell me in 15-minute talk. Just sum it up.
All right, Virginia, coming up April 14th. Okay, cash business. Okay, people come in, they pay for entry, they play. All right, the proceeds from the event profit.
Okay, so tell me this.
Understand?
Are your events, are you just hosting Call of Duty?
Yes.
How many teams go?
It depends on the area. Virginia, we're expecting about 15 to 20 because that event's a guaranteed payout.
And how many people show up?
Depends. Like I said, it just depends on the event.
Alright, so just throw a number out there. How many people attend?
15, 20 max. Why? 17. Let's use Vancouver. Let's use Vancouver as all Vancouver with 17 teams.
Okay, how many? I said not team-wise, spectators-wise. How many spectators? How many people show up?
It's a party in here.
Hold on. Yeah, just slider. How many spectators show up?
It's hard to say. I don't really charge spectators to come in and watch.
Okay, so allow Rizma. So you don't charge spectators. How much is your fee?
$160 per team.
You charge $160 per per team, and first place only wins, what, 1,250, and what does that split between 4 people? So, fucking, what, like, fucking $1,000 per person?
No.
That's $250 each.
If
$250 each, right?
The payout's $250 each, yeah.
I mean, if they all put 40 in, so they're only making $190. They're all each making $190. And even if you don't win first, then you're fucked.
Well, the same goes for MLG events. Most of the teams that go to MLG know they're not going to win, but yet they go.
So hold on, 160 times what? It's like 17 teams. That's like, so you're barely making profit then. If you're
17. Hold on. 160 times 17. Hold on. 160 times 17. Okay, so that's 2720. Alright,
It's the potty in
Hey, shut up.
Hey, listen, I'm breaking it down for you.
Okay.
I'm breaking it down for you. That's $2,720. Okay. You minus the venue fee, which is $300. Okay. You minus staff fees, which is for that event I paid $100 per staff, and I had 3 staff running it, so another $300. Okay. And then we have $2,120. Okay. Left over, minus 60% of that.
No. This is where
take is $848.
This is where you're trying to throw us off right here, because you're trying to throw a percent in, and nobody's fucking concentrating at 5 in the morning. This is what's throwing us off. Your prize is what 3,000, and that's split into what, top 3?
Okay, we're talking
about. Hold on.
We're talking about way two totally different types of events. Okay, what's happening in May and forward are $3,000 guaranteed payouts. Before that, we have never guaranteed amount. We've always returned 60% of the tournament revenue back to the players. So I just gave you my entire formula for an event, and you're trying to say I throw you off.
Okay, hold on. So how much money is split up between the 3 teams that win top 3? So hold on, first place wins what, $1,000, correct?
Hold on, let me do it again, okay?
Okay.
Pay attention. Hit a pin if you have to.
No, tell me this. You're not answering my question.
I'm telling you, $160. Shush.
The time.
Shush.
Oh, that your time. Your timing.
$160. 160. We're talking about what happened in Vancouver. Okay.
No, I have a simple question.
Maybe that's why you're not understanding, because you continue to talk over me.
Doesn't let you.
Okay, go ahead.
Vancouver, Washington, the event that I held.
Okay.
17 teams. Do you understand the concept of 17 teams? Okay. $160 per team. That is $160 times, you guessed it, 17. Times 17. That's a revenue stream of $2,720. Now,
okay, plus everything else.
Listen, there is no plus anything else. I don't charge for spectator fees, because these are LAN centers, and I cannot charge their customers to come in and watch my fucking event. So $2,720 in revenue stream. The venue costs $300 per day for me to run the event. They're usually one-day events. This event was a one-day event, so $300 gets negative from that amount. I had staff who run the event. I promised them $100 per staff member per day. One-day event, 3 people, $100, $300 is gone. Bam. Now we have a revenue stream of $2,120 left. 60% of the revenue goes back to the players in prize pool, minus 60% of that. That goes into prize pool, minus, okay, so that's $1,272 that goes into prize pool. Divided amongst the top 2 teams. Not the top 3, the top 2.
So that's what you said. What? 1250?
1272 going into prize pool.
Top 3.
Top 2.
I thought you said 3. Didn't you say top 3?
I said top 2.
Oh,
I just told you 10 seconds
wait,
ago. Did anybody else hear me say top 2? Did anybody else in here say top 2? Come on now.
You said top 3. Okay, you
dude,
said top 2.
If you're gonna
You
be
said...
doing this with me, dude, you need to keep up.
Alright, man. So you said top 2 all of a sudden. Alright, man. So
800. So Lantastic Gaming walked away with $848 in profit at this particular event.
You walked away with $840 in profit.
Yes. Okay. This event was held in July.
So earlier, why did you say between the top 3 teams, they split $3,000? Why did you say that earlier?
Because I said the guaranteed prize pool for May and forward is going to be paid out to the top 3 teams. $1,200, $950, and $850 is the spread. That's what's happening in May. Those are my events. Because we're now being able to guarantee a prize pool because we've just signed on sponsorship support. So we're going to be able to offer that. Now, before that, we could not guarantee prize. We can't guarantee a certain amount. It was a cash business. We pay people at the event from whatever's available and the tournament proceeds. It's a cash business. Did it really fucking take 3 hours to explain that to you?
You only making $840, dude. Is that really a good business?
Did he say it took me fucking
Times that by 6.
You said what?
Times it by 6 because if I hold one event in the West Coast, I'm usually holding 3 other events the same weekend. So yes, absolutely.
And how many events do you have in a year?
For 2012, it's 32.
So 32 events. And you have, so what is that, 840 times 32? I don't know how much that is.
840 would be 26,800 and change.
Hold on.
It's not that easy to do what I do, but it's a very competitive and it takes a long time to build this up.
Hold on. You're making that much.
Not making that much, not yet. I made that much from one event. My other events that I've had, they've not.
You make that 840 an event. Who else? You don't have to pay anybody else?
No, that's it. I'm obligated to pay the venue, and I'm obligated to pay the staff if there's an agreement in place to pay for.
So you don't have to.
Most of the staff that work for me work as a volunteer because we can't guarantee the revenue stream that will be there to pay for staff. So we tell them up front, look, if you want to be a part of it, that's cool, but please be aware that there's no money in it yet. So basically, if I don't make money, they're not going to make money, and vice versa. I'm not going to make money if they don't make money. So
do you have to pay the venue? How much does the venue cost?
Organic. Do you remember what I said what the venue fee was? Okay, how about you, Wonka? You're on every word I say. How much did I say the venue fee was? Jesus Christ. $300 bucks. It's $300 bucks. $300 per day.
Dude,
yes, I'm 100% sure. They're all over Twitter saying how they live together.
Well, oh my God, dude! If they're gonna say every day that they're on Twitter and they're gonna say, "Damn, we don't live together and stuff," then
yeah, I fucking believe it. Well, you're just seriously, fuck.
Hold on, how many online tournaments do you host a year?
6.
You host 6. And for one of them, the fee that I had to pay was $6 to get into it.
$25 a team. Is the standard, yeah.
And nobody's getting paid.
It didn't say that.
How many tournaments have you had this year?
The first online event is April 14th. It's the Steel Series tournament.
April 14th. What's the cash?
It's 4 Steel Series headsets and $200
Per person?
$200 total, so $50 per bag.
It's a party in here.
Well,
Dude, just stop arguing, dude. We've been talking like going to the party.
Nope. Not at all.
Nigga's been lacking so much since he's been in here, dog. He's about to be the party leader in a little bit.
It doesn't cost me any upfront money to run an event. The agreement that I have with the venues allows me to go in, run an event, pay with the cash proceeds
up,
that are
it's
on
a party
hand.
in here.
Pretty neat little system, and it works. Now, this business is very competitive, and it takes a long time to build because people don't know who you are right away. They're not going to be so inclined to go and compete at your event. Also,
tell them, like,
because I advertise to local gamers,
like, this
you
party
have to
in
get
here.
the word out to a large amount of people. So that people will come to your event and play. Okay. There's a guy who does tournaments near me. His name's A1 from Primetime Gamers. Okay. He holds massive events. He consistently gets he gets like 30 teams showing up to his events, and they're all local gamers, with the exception of maybe a few.
You have 17 teams.
That showed up in Vancouver.
That is crazy, because I think about the local tournaments that we have out here that are for years, and you're maybe getting like 5 or 6 teams. You're getting 17.
Because you live in Vegas,
okay,
and it is monumentally expensive to do business in Vegas.
But the fee per person is like $7, and the prize is pretty big. But hold on, you have 17 teams for a local event, and you're charging them $160 per team. That is a lot, and for the prize being so low, like there's no what? Who's the type of people who do this?
Because
are they retards?
Because you're not
here, and we charge $160 a team, and the prize is like $200 for first.
There you go.
And per person, or $200 for?
No, $200 a person.
200. Okay,
but
$200 a person.
We get like 20 teams for our local event, so.
And you're giving them
and that's exactly why people are beating down my door to come to Toronto.
So hold on, you have 20 teams, $160 per team, and top 3 only wins money?
Top 2.
Are those fucking people retarded? Like, are you getting them? Are you getting fucking? Yeah.
Do you realize these are local gamers, and they don't have their nose stuck in the air like MLG pros? For them to leave the venue, for them to pay $40 in and leave the venue with $200 in their pocket is amazing.
Hold on, they're leaving with $50. It's $200 for first place, so each player is getting $50.
No. $200 a person.
$100 a person. Again, it pays to live.
So why before did you just say $50? Why before did you say $200 for first place?
You never said anything about $50. It's it's $40 a person. If you pay in $40 a person, okay, that's $160 a team. Let's do the math again. $160 divided by 4 people is $40 a person. And she has 20 teams show up, and the payout is for the top team. The first place team is to leave with $200 in their pocket, $200 per person. Okay, that is a shit ton of money. That is $160
so what is the second place?
more than you
What is second place?
Second place is probably
Isn't it completely irrelevant to what we were actually talking about in the first place?
Man,
because he's trying to understand. He's trying to understand why local gamers.
I'm just trying to figure out why you're talking all about this. Like you sound so educated about this, but there's so many people.
You're lagging. You're lagging. Pull your mic out. I can't
I'm not
hear
even
him.
talking. I'm not even talking.
You sounded like a fast food drive-thru about a second ago, but continue what you were saying.
I'm saying you sound so educated about this, like you know everything, but there's so many.
Because I've researched my business.
Everybody that I talk to calls you a fraud. Like I don't get it.
Well, here it's very simple. There's a reason why there's laws in the book that prohibit slander and libel. Because the spoken word is very
I don't want
dangerous.
to hear about this, dude.
The spoken or written word is very dangerous. If one person who's a respected member of the community says, okay, you ever heard of a guy? You ever heard of a guy named Joseph Goebbels?
Dude,
you ever heard of him? Do you know who he is?
I don't even know what you're saying right now. What are you talking about? Like you're just dude.
I'm gonna make my point. Do you know who a guy named Joseph Goebbels was?
No, man, I don't.
Joseph Goebbels was a Nazi propaganda person, and he coined a phrase: if you tell a lie to a big enough amount of people, that lie will become truth. Very simple. If one respected member of the community tells a lie, all of his followers believe it, and all of their followers will believe it.
But listen,
coming from
a person,
and before you know it,
okay,
you have 20 people talking shit.
Okay, I'll give you that. That is exactly true. Like, okay, Nate Shot's a known person. Okay, 36,000 followers. He tells something bad about you. A lot of people are going to say the exact same thing, and I can understand that. But coming from my point of view, that I actually have won something, and I still haven't got my money from 3 months ago, I can understand why he's saying this and why so many people are following it. Maybe there's a reason why. I haven't got my money, dude, and I won a tournament from you. Neither has my team. So when I hear other people talking about it, of course I'm going to believe them.
Okay.
I'm going to be like, oh.
Tomorrow when I locate your paperwork,
dude,
if you were not paid, listen to what I'm telling you. I will find your paperwork tomorrow. If tomorrow it indicates that you were not paid,
you told me this
paid. Listen to what I'm telling you and do not interrupt me again. If I look at your paperwork tomorrow, if I look at your paperwork tomorrow when I find it and it indicates that you were not paid,
listen to me. To be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about that money.
Then
like,
why make a big deal?
I'm just here to bullshit with you, and you're just a fucking fraud. And you've told me the same thing 14 times in a fucking row. Next week you'll have your money. Next month you'll have it. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't care about that low payout tournament that I fucking won, dude. You're a fucking fraud. Like, no, man. Like, I'm just in here to bullshit with you, dude. Like,
We're done.
We
better
be done. I don't want my money. I could give a fuck, dude. It's so low of a pay. Like, I could care less.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna get my check. Nigga, I've been expecting the check for 2 months. You telling me that's gonna come next week is not gonna make me happier. Like, what the fuck? I'll make that shit in a week, nigga. Like, what the fuck? You're low as shit. Like, I'm happy Emily took your fucking money, nigga. You're a fucking bum.
So progenitor.
Yeah, Emily straight that money. The fuck out of here. Emily straight robbed that nigga for his money. Straight took his balling out in some fucking tree right now. I know Naisha and her smoke. They're both rolling lunch right now with their money. They got about an ounce. But yeah, this nigga's a fucking fake and shit. Just, bro, it's a discover rate defense. Like, laying on this lawyer shit. I mean, like, I know what the fuck he's talking about, dude. Like, this nigga, do you know how many times this nigga told me he was supposed to pay me? Bro, alright, well, I just looked at my database. You should be getting it next week. And then one time I talked to him, he's like, bro, I'm actually in Vegas right now. I was like, dude, well, can I drive to wherever you're at and pick up my money? No, bro, it'll be there in a week. Okay, dude. Whatever, yo, I'm going to bed.
Oh, brother.
And progenic.
What happened?
Yo.
You host your own, like local tournaments? Nothing to do with sliding?
No. I attend local events, but...
You say it again, what?
What?
What'd you say? I do what? I didn't know. No, you like cut out.
I attend local lands, but I don't know.
So you just know like 20 teams came and you had to pay 160?
Yeah, it was like the last one. It was in Toronto. It's called We Got Game. It was like I think a month ago was the last one. It was 17 teams showed up and it was $160.